Docker, Docker, Docker. In recent days, I get to hear this word a lot. So, what I did, I went over the internet, I searched for the Docker, and I was really fascinated by its functionality and possibilities. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what is Docker, what are the application of Docker, and the benefits of Docker, and many more coming up. Alright, so the first thing that I did when I heard the term Docker was to go to Google and search for the meaning of Docker, the literature meaning of Docker. And I found that it means the person who helps in loading and unloading of the ships. And I was like, how this word actually relates with the technology. After doing a little research, I found that Docker is nothing but an environment or an ecosystem that helps an application to run on different platforms. Let us take an example and try to understand. Suppose you have built an application that runs on Windows, right? And you want to now run it on Linux or Ubuntu. What will you do? A very obvious answer to this question is install virtual machine on your Linux or Ubuntu and then run that application. That is totally fine. But what if you want a good configuration? Because when you install virtual machines, it takes the configuration of your actual system, and the result and the efficiency may not be that better. So what does Docker do? Is like if you have a program that you have built, that program is going to carry its entire dependencies with it, like some libraries, some package managers, an entire thing, and it will be inside a Docker. Okay, now when you have that Docker and you have built it, so suppose you have built it only for Windows, and if you want to run it on Linux, you take that Docker, ship it to the Linux. Okay, and when you run it over there, now say suppose that operating system may not have all the libraries and the dependency for that program to run, but since you have exported the entire Docker, the entire dependency, the entire libraries with that program itself, so now that program is can run very easily on some other operating system also. Now that was a very basic idea of what Docker is. But why is it so popular? Very first thing, that it saves time. It means that you do not have to code the same program for different operating system or for different platforms. Also, it helps the system administrator, because say suppose I'm the one handling the networking of a particular company or organization where I want to install the software on different operating system. So I need not go and configure each and every system. I can just take a Docker and run it on each and every system. This not only saves time, but the second, it also saves my financial costing. It will be much cheap for me to develop once and then export it to different platforms. Also, if you want to understand a little more, say suppose you have a program, okay, that requires Python 3 version, okay, say suppose Python 3.1, but your other system has Python 2.7 and 3.3. Okay, in that case, what would happen? Your program will only run with this Python 3.1 and it will not run in Python 2.7 or 3.3. So what you can do, you can put that program inside you can build it using a Docker, and you can export it to operating systems that has a Python 2.7 or 3.3. Now, since that Docker has the entire dependencies and the libraries, your program is going to run no matter if it has 2.7 or 3.3 version of Python that is not supported by your program, because your program carries all the libraries and dependencies with it itself. Also, the best part about the Docker is it's open source. Anyone who want to contribute to this community, they can just go over there, download the code, or even contribute what they like. So I believe that is one of the main reason, as it gives quite a flexibility and the benefits to developers and the system administrator, plus it saves time. I'll give the link in the description of official documentation of Docker. There's a lot more to learn, the concepts like containers and services. You can just go and get into little depth, but that was the basic idea, that it provides a platform independency for any of the program. That's in basic, very nutshell. That was about Docker. I hope you now have a basic understanding on what Docker is. I upload videos on every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. My name is Stephen Simon. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.